Hi there, in the continuation of understanding about the biodiversity of animals, we're going to focus today on discussing about the vertebrates. As an introduction, remember that living things are classified according to the general groups known as the kingdom and then down to their specific groups that are referred to as the phylum. So living things are classified into five, and they are whether they are under animals or plants, or maybe under fungi, or protist, microscopic organisms, or even microscopic again, monomers. So therefore, like what I said, we're going to focus on vertebrates. Vertebrates belong to one phyla of the animal kingdom, and that phyla is the phylum Chordate. What is this Chordata all about, or phylum Chordata? They consist of animals with dorsal spinal cord running along the entire length of their body. And you can find that in humans and other animals inside the backbone, that spinal cord connected to the brain to receive messages from the nerves. Cartilage or bones are the building materials of most vertebrate endoskeleton. When I say endoskeleton, the skeleton is inside their body. So let's see. The vertebral column or the backbone function as a strong, flexible rod that animal muscles can pull against running and other movements, such what you see there on your monitor. Mammals and birds are considered to be warm-blooded animals or endothermic. Again, mammals and birds are warm-blooded animals. Endothermic means their body temperature is stable or constant, even if they are extremely hot or the temperature is extremely hot or extremely cold. Our body has the capacity to balance the temperature to make it stable. They have what you call this hairs or feathers to conserve their body heat. Remember, we need that heat. It's a form of energy. Endothermic animals must eat often in order to maintain their body temperature, as you can see here. Fish, amphibians, and reptiles are considered to be cold-blooded animals or ectothermic vertebrates, which is not similar or different from endothermic vertebrates, warm-blooded animals. Ectotherms need heat to run their body processes and function. They don't have the ability like endothermic animals that can maintain the temperature of their body. They have to find ways on how to get those heat or source of heat. Their body temperature is unstable. They depend on the temperature of their surroundings, and they lie down on warm rocks or bask in the sun to get warm and hide in shaded places to cool off. That is what they need to do. So that's the difference between endothermic and ectothermic. Let us now classify vertebrates. Remember that vertebrates are classified whether they are under mammals, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and fish. So this time we're going to focus on three: reptiles, amphibians, and birds as examples of vertebrates. Let's start with the reptiles. We need to identify and to understand even to be familiarized with their characteristics as reptiles. Reptiles, like what I said, they are cold-blooded vertebrates. Ectotherms, they need to find, or they are the one who's going to find ways on how they can make their body temperature stable. Another, they cannot generate their body temperature internally, so they have to find it externally. They are terrestrial animals. And as you can see, this cute little thing is a reptile. They primarily breathe through their lungs for respiration. And most reptiles use their legs and feet for locomotion. In terms of, some of them are born alive and some are hatched from eggs, as you can see there. Another, these are the examples of reptiles. Remember this: crocodiles and alligators. Next, we have the tortoise, and the kinds. Even snakes are reptiles. What else? Yes, different kinds of lizards are reptiles also. Second example of vertebrates. Let's talk about the birds. So what are the characteristics of the birds? And look at my examples here, like the eagle. First, birds are warm-blooded animals or endotherms, meaning they can, or the body has the ability to generate or even to have this constant temperature or maintain constant temperature of their body. Unlike the reptiles, they can generate their body heat internally by their own metabolism. So they need to eat in order to do that. Another, birds' body temperature stays the same even when the temperature of the air changes. And aside from that, birds are the only animals with feathers. Remember, with feathers. Birds have two pairs of limbs, one, then two, and they have the forelimbs. Those are the wings, and the hind limbs, they are the legs. Their bones are considered to be strong but lightweight. The reason why they can fly, compared to the compact bone of human, and this is the bone of the eagle, but they are strong, really, really strong. The mouth of the bird is in the form of horn-covered beak or bill. And it depends on how they feed, the structure of their beak. Birds lay eggs with shells, and their youngs are hatched from eggs. Now, what about amphibians? The third example of the vertebrates. Amphibians are cold-blooded animals like reptiles that spend part of their lives in water and part on land. They can live on land, they can live in water. Half. So young amphibians breathe through their gills like fish. As they grow, their gills disappear and lungs take their place as they grow old. Another, amphibians have smooth, moist, and scaleless skin like frogs. Aside from that, they lay eggs in water, and their eggs have no shell at all. What are the characteristics? The eggs develop into an adult through a series of stages or through metamorphosis. Physically develops after hatching. Take a look at this. Look at the body, how it forms, develop from baby now into adult. See that? And here are my examples, whether they have tail or they don't have tail. Tailless and tailed. Frogs, look at this misconception. What I want you to be familiar with. Frogs have smooth and moist skin. You're gonna call it frog if they have smooth and moist skin. And if they have dry and warty skin, call them toads. Is that clear to you? Okay, so that's the end of our review about these vertebrates, the three examples. Remember, we talk about the bird, the amphibians, and even the reptiles. Their differences. Thank you for listening.